Okay, boys and girls, now that you know how to compare fractions and figure out which one's equivalent, we're moving on to adding and subtracting fractions. We're going to start with adding fractions. We have 1/3 plus 1/2 plus 1/6 equals what? Well, we're going to learn there's many different strategies to adding and subtracting fractions. But the first one we're going to work on is if we have a 4x6 rectangle, and if I have a 4x6 rectangle, if I add them together, okay, I want to fill in half of it. So half of this 6 is 3, and there's 3, so I have half of that one. Now I'm going to do 1/6. Well, there's six of them, so I put them together. Now, if I added those together and put those together, I would, can't go right, sorry. I move that 1/6 over here so that you know that the orange is 1/2 and this is 1/6. I took this 1/6 and added to this one, the square, and if I count this, I still have how many squares? I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I know I have 24. And of those 24, how many are shaded? 4, 8, 12, 16. And I could simplify this. I'm not sure if we've talked about simplifying, but it's making it equivalent. So what can I do to remember the whole thing I said from the very beginning? What you do to the numerator, you do to the denominator. Is there a number I can divide by both of these? Well, my easiest number is to divide them both by 2. And if I divide them both by 2, I am getting 8/12. And I could divide them by 2 again, but I know that 4 goes into 8 and 4 goes into 12, so I'm going to divide them both by that, and I get 2/3. Or if I would divide this into 3 equal parts, 1, 2, 3. How many are shaded in? 1, 2 out of 3 equal parts. So 16/24 is the same as 2/3. The other way we could do it is we could do it with the clock. Because the clock, we usually have a clock with us at all times. So please go out and get that resource that says M21. There should be uh, one in your binder. You should have the large clock face. And if you have that in there, please use a pen, but you're going to want to be careful because this is a resource you can use for lots of adding and subtracting fractions. So let's imagine that the hands are broken on the clock and they're always pointing to the 12. The 12 has become our significant point. So if they're always pointing on the clock, 12, the broken hands move slowly around. When the hour hand moves to the 12 to 1, what fraction is that has gone? Well, how many do we have altogether? 12. And if it moves to the 1, we have moved 1/12 of the way. Correct? So this would be 2/12 of the way. And some of you might say, well, Miss Kearney, we know something. We know those are even numbers, so they could be divided by 12. So it is also equivalent to 1/6. And I'm going to explain that just in case. Remember what we do to the numerator? We do to the denominator. Well, I'm going to divide them both by 2. I get 2 divided by 2 is 1. 12 divided by 2 is 6. Now I'm going to continue. 3 12s. Stop quick and ask yourself, is there anything that can be both by numerator and denominator could be divided by? Yep, I know it is by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 12 divided by 3 is 4. 4 12s. Ooh, I know a multiple of 4 is 12, so we can make that more equivalent. That could be 1/3, 5 12ths. Well, 5 is a prime number, so I don't think so. 6 12ths. I don't have to think about that one. I know that is equivalent to 1/2. 7 12ths, prime number again, so probably not. 8 12ths. Well, I could divide them both by 2, and I'm going to get 4 6, and I can divide that by 12, or 2 again, and I'm going to get 2/3. 9 12ths. Well, I know 3 is a multiple or a factor of both of these. So this could be 3/4. 10 12ths. Both even numbers. 5 6 11 12ths. 11 is a prime number, so nothing could go there. And 12 12ths, or 1 whole. Now, if we look at this could be very helpful to us. And if we are thinking about this, I just want to show you how this kind of looks. If we had this, and I think about it, yep, that is 1/2 of the clock, and this is the other half of the clock. If I look at this would be 1/4 of the clock, because I can break this clock evenly. So I have 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. If I look at, let's see, thirds, okay, break it evenly into thirds. So the other one would be on the 8. Yep, 1/3, 1/3, 2/3, 3/3. That's why we have 2/3 there. That's kind of cool. Anything else I may be missing? 6. Well, let's try 6. So if this is 1/6, that's going to be every other one. Oh, I have 5 6, 1 6, 2 6. This one should have went to 2. Could have been. Another one for this one could be 2 6, because if I divided 4 by 2 and 12 by 2, I would have got 2 6. Okay. So now that we've got our clock pretty much laid out, is there anything else we could do? Well, we could assume it's not in this each little dot, it's in 60 seconds, because there are 60 minutes, because there's 60 minutes in an hour. So we could say that this is 5 out of 60. We could say this is 10 out of 60. This could be 20 out of 60. And continue filling your clock all the way around like that, please. Now, how is this clock going to help us with the adding and subtracting of fractions? Well, I have a new clock here, and you are going to keep your clock there. And I want you to look at this. If I had 1/4 plus 1/2, let's see, I could move my hand to 1/4 because I know this is 1/4. And if I'm here, I know half of it goes all the way around to here. How far did my clock move when I started here and I went all the way to let's see, and when I started here and I went all the way around? Well, look at what my fraction is on the 9, which could be 9/12. Or, remember I could simplify that, 3/4. So my answer by adding with the clock is 3/4. Let's try some other ones. On your clock, I want you to try to do 1/3 plus 1/6 and see what you come up with. Stop the video, do it, and then come back and see if you get the same thing I did. I'm going to go 1/3, which I know is on the 4th, and I know 1/6 is on the 2, so that means I got to move 2 more, which equals 1/2. Is that what you got? If you're confused, raise your hand. Get help now before we go any further. Okay, let's try another one. Let's try 1/4 plus 1/3. Okay, stop the video. Work on your clock and see if you get the same answer I got. So I'm going to move mine 1/4, which is here again. I know that that's to the 3. I know 1/3 is 4. It's on the 4, so I'm going to move it 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. What do I get for an answer? I get 7/12. Okay, let's try one more. I have 3/4 plus 1/3 equals, all right, if I have this, I'm going to go stop the clock, stop the video, do it on your own, please. See if you come up with the same answer I do. Okay, here we go. I'm going 3/4, which I know is on the 9. 1/3 I know is on the 4, so I got to go 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So my answer is I went 1/1 when I went past the 12, and I went 1/12 more. So my answer is 1 and 1/12. So if time is there, I would like you to give each other some addition ones of different things that of the fractions you already have on your clock, and I want you to add them together. I want you to work on this for a little bit. I mean, do at least 4 or 5 each. And then I would like you to do page 40 and 41, please.